Hello guys, welcome back to Total Dolls, your cozy little corner in the internet. If you're new here, I usually focus on American Girl dolls, but every so often, I love exploring other types of dolls that make their way into my collection. Today, we're going to be spending some time with three dolls that recently came into my possession. Gigo expression dolls. I'll be giving them a good cleanup, and while I do that, I thought I'd share some little background and trivia about these quirky, charming dolls. Now, Gigo is a Taiwanese toy company, and while they're perhaps best known for making educational toys and building sets, they also produce a series of final play dolls that collectors sometimes call Gigo expression dolls. These dolls are especially fun because of their faces. They're not just your typical, standard blank doll face. Instead, they come with expressions that range from pouts to smirks to wide-eyed surprise. It makes them look very different, very quaint, and honestly, very alive compared to more conventional play dolls. They are usually not above 10 inches long, and they usually have rooted hair, inset eyes, and cloth bodies. These were sold in the late 20th century, mostly around the 1980s and the 1990s, and they weren't as widely distributed as brands like American Girl or Madame Alexander, which makes them a little more unusual to stumble upon today. That's part of their charm. You don't see them every day. One of the things I really love about them is that each face feels like it has its own personality. This one, for example, has the sweetest expression, almost like it's about to say something. The styling in the outfits can be quite simple, but the faces are the real showstoppers. They capture little flashes of emotion in vinyl, which is why collectors still find them endearing. Back in the late 90s, I made what seemed like a very small purchase at the time. I bought my sister's three little Geico dolls. I didn't know it then, but that moment would end up being the very beginning of my fascination with these quirky, expressive dolls. Those three little Geigos were the first dolls I ever bought with my own money, and I still have them with me today. They've traveled with me through the years, and every time I see them, I'm reminded not just of my sisters, but of how that tiny decision opened up a whole new world of collecting and appreciation for me. What drew me in back then, and still does now, are their faces. They're very quaint, a little unusual, and full of personality. To me, they're like snapshots of emotion captured in vinyl, and that uniqueness is what made me fall in love with them in the first place. Looking back, it feels special that my doll collecting journey started with those three. They weren't just toys, they became little milestones in a hobby that has continued to bring me joy, creativity, and connection over the years. And there we go, three refreshed Geigo dolls, all looking much happier after their little spa day. While American Girl dolls will always be the main focus of Totally Dolls, I do love sharing these doll world theaters with you. If you enjoyed hanging out with me and learning about a bit about Geigo expression dolls, please give this video a like. Leave me a comment about your own experience with unusual or vintage dolls. And don't forget to subscribe to Totally Dolls for more doll-related fun. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next one.